Alright guys, so this is another Patreon request, and this one is from my good friend, the Mount Vernon Kid. Chris, thank you so much for your Patreon and continued patronage. As always guys, if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon where you guys can hit the 4th tier and send me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. So, this one is from the ones he sent me, and this one is basically a crossover. I thought I'd do keep the God of War train going and follow up with this in interesting fashion. And that is a God of War Wonder Woman crossover. Yeah, I figured this would be kind of fun to do a God of War Wonder Woman crossover and have some fun with it. I think this would be I think this would be a cool thing. I mean, the closest we got to a God of War Wonder Woman crossover is Wonder Woman meeting Conan the Barbarian, which I still haven't read. I'd like to read it. I'm getting off the topic. Anyway, so let's get started with this crossover. So this idea, basically, we start off with Kratos after the events of God of War 3. He has killed all the Greek gods, and he's now like, yeah, I've done all I can do. I've killed all the Greek gods, and now what is my purpose? And that's when he hears a voice go, "You have a different purpose. Why not? You have a different purpose, God Slayer." And Kratos is like, "What?" And this is when Kratos encounters Cersei of the Wonder Woman villain line. So Cersei basically says, "Great Kratos, you have killed many a god in your universe, but what if I told you the Greek gods still lived in another universe?" And Kratos is like, "That's impossible." So Cersei basically explains that the multiverse is real, and the multiverse contains all these other gods, and even the Olympians. And that pisses off Kratos to no end, because he's like, my battle isn't done then. Like, what was the point of killing all these worthless gods if the Olympians exist in another plane of existence? And Cersei's like, I could take you there. Like, it'd be no problem. I can take you there, and you can exact your vengeance on them. He's like, what do you get out of it, witch? And Cersei responds with, these gods have spurred me, but I don't have the power to stop them. So, great Kratos, will you avenge me and everyone these Greek gods have insulted and put in vain? And Kratos agrees to it. So Kratos is brought to the DC universe. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Diana is visiting her mother. She's basically back on Themyscira having a visit with her mother, and she's like, oh, it's close to Christmas, so I thought I'd have time to visit you. Kind of keeping that Christmas theme as we got going on here. It's close to Christmas, and she wanted to pay visit to her mother and her home island. About this time, they're just having a talk, catching up, and that's when Hermes shows up, and Hermes is fucked up. Hermes runs to Themyscira, and he's just like, Diana, the Greek gods the gods of Olympus need you. So Diana's like, who the hell did this to you, Hermes? And he's like, we don't know who he is. He came to Olympus and waged a war we could not even fathom. He carried weapons we didn't know, but he said they were forged by Hephaestus, but not our Hephaestus. Diana, this guy is dangerous. We need your help. Please stop him. So, that's what Diana does. Even though she doesn't really, if you guys know your Wonder Woman comics, then you know that that Diana and the Greek gods don't get along more often than not. So, Diana at first is obviously like, yeah, no, this isn't my problem. I'm just gonna, tell you guys to kindly fuck off and have a nice day. But, Hippolyta, her mom, is like, no, Diana, you have to go just to see if this is a threat to the gods, then it's a threat to Themyscira. You have to go see what it is. And she's like, fair enough. All right, let's see what the trouble is. So she goes she goes to Olympus and finds that the gods got their asses handed to them hard by someone of obvious great power. It's someone who clearly knew how to come at them. Now, most of the gods survived, and even some of the gods that were killed, she's like, this is gods don't die. Because in the DC universe and subsequently the Marvel universe, it was revealed in both continuities that gods don't really die, they're just reborn later on. Like, they're just reborn in different forms. So that's what happens when she's surveying the damage and seeing that some of the gods, like Hephaestus, and Poseidon and a few others, that were attacked fell in the initial attack of Olympus. They're like, yeah, they'll come back at some point, and I'm not going to grieve over them. And even like she's thinking, like Diana is thinking to herself, please let him be dead. Please let him be dead. And Ares isn't. Ares turns out that Ares is revealed to be still alive, and she's like, fuck. And Ares like reveals like, hey, whoever this guy was, I don't. But he says he's fought Ares before, and he's like, is he one of your? Because Diana's like having none of Ares's shit, and she's like, is he one of your weapons, Ares? Is he one of your like toys? And he's like, no, he's not. He's been he says he knows me or knows a version of me, but I have never heard of this man, and he battled like a god incarnate. Like, he battled and says he killed the Ares of his world. And she's like, his world? Okay, multiverse. Wonderful. So Ares is like, look, Diana, I survived, but he clearly wants me dead more than any of the others. So whatever that Ares did in his universe, he did a good job of pissing him off. So I will aid you in this battle. And she's like, you are the last person I am going to ask for help, okay? I don't need you, all right? What I need you to do is fuck off or die. And Ares is like, no, I can help you, Diana. Like, I can lead you to him because he's hunting Zeus. Zeus, during the battle with this unknown god slayer, Zeus fucked off hard. Like, he took off after seeing how strong this guy was. So, and she's like, if Zeus ran from this guy, then he's bad news. All right, show me where he is. Like, tell me where I can find this god killer. So Ares points her in the right direction, and she battles. She opens up a portal and gets on the trail of Kratos. And when she encounters Kratos, he's like, I can smell the demigod off of you. And she's like, I was made of clay, breathed in life by Zeus. So you can probably tell that. And he's like, and I'm the son of Zeus in my universe. I'm Kratos, god of war and god killer. And I'm here to kill your gods. To which Diana is like, there's only one god killer here. And you're looking at her. So the two fight, and Kratos and Diana just go blow for blow in this fight. Like, Diana is unleashing all of her weapons. Like, his swords are being blocked by her wristbands. He's actually fighting the power of the golden lasso, but even he has to like submit to it. Like, he does like hold his own for a bit, but he has to like eventually submit. She's like, where'd you come from? He's like, a witch from another universe brought me here to kill the gods. And she's like, witch from another? Cersei, get your ass out here now. And Cersei's like, what? What? I didn't do anything wrong. I was just trying to, take care of a mutual problem. The Greek gods haven't done any favors for you, Diana. And she's like, not my point, bitch. You weren't supposed to do this, so I will send him back. And Kratos is like, I am never going to stop. Now that I know that there's that this multiverse exists, I'm going to hunt down and kill every god I encounter. And Diana is like, this, what you say is true, but I'm going to offer you a different path. So what she does, she grabs Kratos and forces Cersei to take them all to back to her universe, where she throws him. She just tosses him in the middle of of a winter wilderness in the far north, and she's like, "Here's what you're gonna do. I believe that the golden lasso revealed all of your sins and whatnot to me, all of your sins, all of your tribulations, but I still see that you, Kratos of Sparta, are deep down, can have a capacity for change. I am not some mindless monster, and the gods deserved what happened the gods deserved what you did to them, but you were not going to take it out on my gods here. They are my responsibility and not yours. But I'm going to offer you this chance to save your soul. And she basically is like, stay here in your universe and think on what you've done. And maybe you'll find redemption one day. And that basically... So Cersei and Diana leave, and Kratos wanders the wilderness until he runs into the woman who will be the mother of Atreus in the near future. So there you go. It leads into it's a nice little prequel to God of War 4. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my God of War Wonder Woman story. You guys tell me in the comments below. What did you guys think of it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'd like to thank Chris, the Mount Vernon Kid, for his Patreon and continued patronage. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. Like I said, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.